storm has already swept.
The wicked are gone.
During that time,
Ngaleso sikhathi
there are people that
kunabantu
are always swept away.
abahlale beshenyeleke njalo.
They are swept away by storms.
Bayakhukhulwa izivunguvungu.
The theme for this afternoon is
Ingqondo yanamhlanje ithi
your storms are passing away.
izivunguvungu zakho ziyendlula.
They are not there to sweep you away.
Azizele ukuzokhukhula.
The storms come to sweep away the wicked.
Zizele nje kuphela ukuzokhukhula abakhohlakele.
But the Bible says the righteous,
Kodwa iBhayibheli lithi abalungile
they remain standing.
bahlale bemile.
They stay upright, even in the middle of the storms.
Ngisho naphakathi kwezivunguvungu.
There are conditions
Izimo zabo
that bring the storms.
eziletha
It is the weather when they change.
isimo sezulu masiguquka.
Throughout all generations,
Ezizukulwaneni zonke.
there is not a generation that says we don't know storms.
Akunazizukulwane esingathi asizazi thina ivunguvungu.
Storms are bound to come in people's lives.
Ivunguvungu ziyafika empilweni zabantu.
And most of us are going through storms.
Iningi lethu siyadlula kulezo vunguvungu.
But your storms will not stay long.
Kodwa izivunguvungu zakho asizohlala
And
isikhathi
by the
eside.
time when they have left you,
Uma sezisukile
they will not have swept over you.
angeke zikukhukhule.
They will leave you standing.
Zizokushiya umile.
But those that are wicked,
Kodwa laba abakhohlakele
when the storms come,
uma ivunguvungu ziza,
when the storms come,
uma ivunguvungu
the
ziza,
Bible says the wicked are swept away.
iBhayibheli lithi abakhohlakele yibona abakhukhulekayo.
Nevertheless,
Noma kunjalo
the righteous,
abalungile
they remain standing.
bona bahlale bemile.
What exactly are storms?
Yini kanye kanye lezi vunguvungu?
Storms are extraordinary weather conditions
Yizimo ezingaphezulu zesimo sezulu
which are identified
ezibonakala
when they pass through an area.
uma sezindlulile endaweni ethile.
They don't cut trees.
Azijubi izihlahla,
They uproot trees
ziyazisiphula
by the roots.
ngeimpande zazo.
And what else can identify a storm?
Yini enye engabonakalisa
Most of
isivunguvungu?
the storms, they come with rain.
Kaningi ziza nemvula.
And most of the storms,
Iy'vunguvungu
when
eziningi
they come,
uma ziza
they come with a direction.
ziza nendlela ethile.
Storms, when they come from one side to the other,
Uma iy'vunguvungu ziqhamuka kwenye indawo ziya kwenye,
that there was a storm,
kuyabona ukuthi
you will
bekunezivunguvungu.
see
Uzobona
by the way things fell.
ngendlela izinto eziwe
They
ngayo.
fell from one side
Ziwa uhlangothini olulodwa,
to the other side.
ziya nakolunye uhlangothi.
The force by
Amandla
which a storm comes
lawo sivunguvungu esiza ngawo
against
simelene
any nature,
noma yisiphi iyiphi
you
indawo.
see the nature falling one side,
Uyibona indalo iwela
then
ngohlangothi
you know
olulodwa.
there was a storm.
Uzokwazi ukuthi bekunesivunguvungu.
Most of the storms, they come with thunder.
Izivunguvungu eziningi ziza nokuduma.
They threaten the lives of the nature wherever they go.
Zimelana nempilo futhi yendalo la zikhona.
And as they come,
Uma ziza
most of the time,
kaningi
there's regret.
ukhona ukusola.
Because if they go through the fields,
Ngoba ziyandlula emasimini
the fields will be dry.
azobe omile.
When they pass,
Uma
there will be
sidlula
nothing.
kuzobe
There will be no
kungenalutho.
harvest.
Kuzobe kungenakuvuna.
Those are the futures of a storm.
Yilezo zinto ke izivunguvungu.
But the Bible
ezishiya.
says those kind of storms,
Kodwa iBhayibheli lithi lezo
when they hit
vunguvungu
through,
uma zishaya zindlula,
only the saints remain standing.
ngabangcwele kuphela bazohlala bemile.
Only the saints remain standing.
Ngabangcwele kuphela bazohlala bemile.
The Bible speaks about the wicked.
iBhayibheli likhuluma
You will see them
ngabakhohlakele.
fallen everywhere.
Nizobabona bewile yonke indawo.
These storms, when they come,
Le ivunguvungu maziza
they come with a certain character.
ziza ngesimilo esithile.
This character is called rage.
Kuthiwa
A
intukuthelo.
rage is a certain type of an anger.
Intukuthelo ethile.
When storms come
Uma
against
ivunguvungu
people's
ziza
lives,
empilweni zabantu.
even if they are temporary,
Ngisho noma kungezwe
they
isikhashana.
come with a certain measure
Ziza nesilinganiso
of
esithile.
rage,
Sentukuthelo.
measure of
Isilinganiso
anger.
sentukuthelo.
They want to sweep away everything.
Zifuna ukukhukhula yonke into.
When storms come,
Uma ivunguvungu zifika
they come with force,
ziza namandla.
absolute force.
Amandla amakhulu.
That's why trees are falling.
Ingakho nje izihlahla ziwa.
They've got no respect for buildings
Azihloniphi futhi
because they are
izakhiwo.
called storms.
Ngoba kuthiwa yivunguvungu.
Most of them, they come with thunder
Iningi
and
lazo
lightnings.
ziza nombano
They
nokuduma.
blow away everything that they come in
Zikhukhula
their
yonke
way.
into ezayo endleleni yabo.
The Bible gives guarantee to few people,
iBhayibheli linika iziqiniseko
those
kubantu
that are
abambalwa.
called righteous,
Labo kuthiwa ngabalungile.
and they are not many,
Futhi
because
abasebaningi.
narrow is the gate
Ngoba lincane lelo sango
that leads to righteousness,
eliya ekulungeni.
but broad is the way
Kodwa inkulu indlela
that leads to unrighteousness and
eyisa
wickedness.
ekungalungeni nasekhohlakaleni.
Those that are few, the
Laba
Bible
bambalwa.
says, will remain in the
iBhayibheli
middle of
lithi,
the storms.
yibona abazohlala phakathi kwalezo
Most
vunguvungu.
of us are going through storms.
Iningi lethu sindlula kulezo vunguvungu.
They will pass away.
Zizondlula.
They will leave you standing.
Zizokushiya umile kona.
Most of those storms, when
Iningi
they
lezo
come,
vunguvungu maziza
they are totally unexpected.
asilindelekile.
You just wake up and there's no warning. You're in the
Uyavuka
middle of
kungena-
the storm
kungenasixwayiso sowuphakathi
and you
kwesivunguvungu.
think I'm finished.
Bese ucabanga ukuthi
The Bible
sengiphelile.
says you are not finished.
iBhayibheli lithi awuphelile.
Only when you are wicked, you are finished.
uma nje uma ukhohlakele
If you are righteous, the Bible says you will stand.
uma ulungile iBhayibheli lithi uzoma
That's why he wrote that verse.
ingakho nje abhalile lelo verse
Proverbs 10:25.
Izaga 10:25
It says
lithi
you will stand.
uzoma
In Proverbs 9:6,
Izaga 9:6
the Bible says the righteous leave your simple ways.
iBhayibheli lithi shiyani indlela zenu ezilungu
Then you will live.
nizokwazi ukuphila ke
The Bible is speaking about the righteous
iBhayibheli likhuluma ngabalungile
living their simple
ukuthi
way.
bashiye indlela zabo
What
ezilungu
is a simple way?
yiphi indlela elula
Is to live not understanding that storms will come.
ukuphila ungaqondi ukuthi ivunguvungu zofika
Storms do come in your
ivunguvungu
life,
ziyeza
even when
empilweni
you
yakho.
are a righteous.
ngisho noma ngabe ungumuntu
But
olungile.
understand that when they come,
kodwa qonda ukuthi uma
they are not
sezifikile
there to sweep you away.
azizele ukuthi zikhukhule
The Bible speaks about
iBhayibheli likhuluma
who God is,
ukuthi uNkulunkulu ngubani
the Almighty God.
uNkulunkulu onamandla
Who is He in your
ungubani
life?
empilweni yakho
So that you understand that storms will come.
ukuze uzoqonda ukuthi ivunguvungu zofika
I want you to read Isaiah chapter 4, verse
sizofunda
6.
Isaiah 4 ivesi
So
lesi
that we understand that storms,
ukuze sizoqonda ukuthi
they are
ivunguvungu
built to come against our lives.
zakhela ukuthi zize empilweni
But we
zethu
must know our status
kodwa fanele
and
sazi
where we
ukuthi sime
stand
nalapho
with
simi
God.
khona noNkulunkulu
Because when they come, we're not going to be frightened.
angeke sithuke
Can you start from verse 5?
Then the Lord will create over all of Mount Zion and over those who assemble there a
Over all those that are in Zion, God is going to create something. Carry on.
a cloud of smoke by day and a glow of flaming fire by night. Over everything, the glory will be a canopy. It will be a shelter and shade from the heat of the day, and a refuge and hiding place from the storm and rain.
A refuge and a hiding place.
Indawo yokuphephela
The
nokuyifihla.
glory of the Lord and the
Inkazimulo
flaming
kaNkulunkulu
fire
kanye nomlilo wamalangabi
will be your refuge.
kuzoba isiphephelo sakho.
In the times of the storms, the Bible says,
Ey'khathini zezivunguvungu iBhayibheli
it's
lithi,
not saying there will be no storms.
alisho ukuthi angeke zibe khona
It says
ivunguvungu.
there's coming a storm against the life
Lithi
of the
kufike
saints
izivunguvungu
upon
empilweni
Jerusalem,
zabangcwele
upon
eJerusalema
Mount Zion.
phezu kwentaba esesiyona.
When it comes,
Uma kuza
only the glory of the Lord,
inkazimulo yaNkulunkulu
the
kuphela.
flaming fire,
Umlilo
is
wamalangabi
going to be your refuge.
kuzoba isiphephelo sakho.
There is fire over your life.
Kuze kunempilo
The
phezu
Bible
kwempilo
is
yakho.
not saying
iBhayibheli alisho
it will
ukuthi
not happen.
angeke
It
kwenzeke.
says when it happens,
Lithi mase kwenzeka
the glory of the Lord,
inkazimulo
the
yaNkulunkulu
flaming fire
nomlilo
is
wamalangabi
going to be your protection.
uwona ozoba isivikelo sakho.
But when you feel unprotected because there are storms
Uma
everywhere,
uzozizwa ungavikelekile ngoba kuneyivunguvungu yonke
you
indawo.
forgot the Bible has been written for you.
Ukhohle ukuthi iBhayibheli libhalelwe wena.
Open verse 5 and 6
Vula nje ivesi lesihlanu
of
nesithupha
Isaiah 4.
ka-Isaya 4.
It says, Jesus Christ,
Lithi uJesu Kristu
He is your fire,
ungumlilo
He is
wakho.
your glory.
Uyinkazimulo yakho.
The Father will bring upon you
Ubaba uzoletha phezu kwakho
His glory,
inkazimulo
the
yakho.
flaming fire,
Umlilo
over your
wamalangabi
life.
phezu kwempilo yakho.
Because He knows
Ngoba uyazi
that you are going through storms.
ukuthi udlule ivunguvungu.
But through all those storms,
Kodwa kuzo zonke lezo
your refuge
vunguvungu
will be the flaming fire.
isiphephelo sakho soba ngumlilo
He is
wamalangabi.
not a standing fire.
Akuwona nje umlilo mina.
The flaming fire is moving around
Umlilo
you,
wamalangabi uyanyakaza eduze kwakho.
and nothing can touch that
Akukho
fire.
okungathinta lowo mlilo.
You are going through the storms,
Udlule ivunguvungwini.
but those storms are
Kodwa lezo
temporary.
vunguvungu ezesikhashana.
They are not there to sweep you away.
Azikhona ukuthi zikhukhune.
They are not there to sweep you away.
Azizele ukuthi zikhukhune.
Most of us are going through storms,
Iningi lethu sindlule kulezo vunguvungu.
and most often we want to deny God
Kaningi sifuna ukumphika kuNkulunkulu.
because the storms are
Ngoba
too
ivunguvungu
much.
sesiningi.
When the storms are rising against you,
Uma izivunguvungu zikuphakamela.
understand that
Qonda.
it is something that will glow over your life.
Kunento ezokukhanya
It
phezu
is the
kwempilo
flaming
yakho.
fire.
Ngumlilo wamalangabi.
It is the flaming
Ngumlilo
fire.
wamalangabi.
It is the flaming fire.
Ngumlilo wamalangabi.
Even the glory of God
Ngisho nenkazimulo
will be set
kaNkulunkulu
over you.
izobe iphezu kwakho.
That's what the Bible says.
Ilokhu iBhayibheli likushoyo.
I want us to read further.
Ngifuna sifunde siye phambili.
Chapter 24 of Isaiah,
Sahloko sika 24 sika Isaya.
verse 4.
Ivesi lesine.
So that we understand
Kuze sizoqonda
that storms
ukuthi ivunguvungu
shall come.
zizofika.
But when they come,
Kodwa mase zifikile,
they must understand you understand.
fanele ziqonde nazo ukuthi nawe
Live your
uyaqonda
simple ways.
ukuthi ushiye indlela zakhe
Then you
ezilula.
will live.
Uzokwazi ukuphila.
Because you know storms come.
Ngoba uyazi ukuthi ivunguvungu
You will not
ziyeza.
question him why.
Angeke uzumbuze kungani.
Why am I going through these
Kungani ngidlula
storms?
kulesi vunguvungu?
He knows you know.
Uyazi.
They are only there to sweep away the wicked.
Zikhona ukuthi sikhukhule.
There are no storms to sweep the righteous.
Azikho ivunguvungu zokukhanya.
It says when you go through the storms,
Uma udlula ivunguvungwini,
the wicked remain standing.
abakhohlakele yibona abazokhukhuleka.
All the wicked,
Bonke
they go
abakhohlakele
down, but the
baya
righteous,
phansi. Kodwa abalungile,
the righteous remain
abalungile
standing.
bahlala bemile.
If you are wicked,
Uma ukhohlakele,
you know the storms will pass away with you.
uyazi ivunguvungu zodlula.
If you are righteous,
Uma ulungile,
you know you will remain standing.
uyazi uzohlala umile. The earth dries up and withers. The world languishes and withers. The heavens languish with the earth. You have been a refuge for the poor, a refuge for the needy in their distress, a shelter from the storm, and
A
a shade.
shelter from the storm. What God is saying is,
Lokhu uNkulunkulu akushoyo yonke.
He's saying there will be storms.
Uthi zizoba khona izivunguvungu.
During the process of your storms,
Kulesikhathi ke sokudlula kwezivunguvungu,
God will be your shelter.
uNkulunkulu uzoba isiphephelo sakho.
He's not saying you will not go through the storms.
Akasho ukuthi awuzondlula
He's
kulezo
saying through
vunguvungu.
all the storms,
Uthi kuzo zonke lezo
your
vunguvungu,
shelter is God.
isiphephelo
Himself.
sakho uNkulunkulu yena qobo lwakhe.
There are two kinds
Kuneyinhlobo
of
ezimbili
storms that rise against you.
zeyivunguvungu ezimelana nawe.
This kind of a storm,
Lo hlobo lwesivunguvungu
it's when you are inside.
ingenkathi ungaphakathi.
You are sheltered by God Himself.
Wembozwe uNkulunkulu qobo lwakhe.
When you are sheltered by God Himself,
Uma wembozwe uNkulunkulu
it
qobo
means
lwakhe,
all the dangers are outside.
kusho ukuthi yonke ingozi ingaphandle.
You are safe inside.
Wena uphephile ngaphakathi.
It means that all the dangers are outside
Yonke ingozi ingaphandle
because He is your shelter.
ngoba yena uyena isimbozo sakho.
But it is not reasonable
Kodwa cabangekile
to expect God
ukulindela uNkulunkulu
to only protect you when you are inside.
ukuthi akuvikele kuphela uma ungaphakathi.
And He's the God of outside
uNkulunkulu kodwa wangaphandle
and the
futhi.
God of inside.
NoNkulunkulu wangaphakathi.
When you are inside, you are sheltered.
Uma ungaphakathi wemboziwe.
When you are outside, you are not
Noma
sheltered.
uma ungaphandle awumboziwe.
God loves you to be in the open
uNkulunkulu uyathanda ukuthi ube
and
ngaphandle.
still be safe
Uphephe noma kunjani.
from all the dangers.
Kuzo zonke kuyonke
He wants
ingozi.
you to be in the house,
Ufuna ukuthi ube ngaphakathi
in
endlini,
your family,
phakathi emndenini
in
wakho,
your household,
phakathi kwemzini
in
wakho,
your own workplace,
endaweni yakho yokusebenza.
and be safe.
Uphephe.
Even when you are outside,
Ngisho noma ungaphandle
in the open area,
endaweni
you
evulekile,
are still inside the shelter.
ube ngaphakathi kwaleso simbozo.
So the inside
Ingaphakathi
of the shelter
laleso simbozo
does not mean a physical inside.
akusho ukuthi ingaphakathi
It means the
lesakhiwo.
spiritual shelter.
Lisho isiphephelo
It
sikamoya.
covers you when you are inside.
Kuyangimboza noma
It
ungaphakathi.
covers you when you are outside.
Kungimboza noma ungaphandle.
God Himself is your shelter.
uNkulunkulu yena qobo lwakhe
What is
uyisiphepelo
it that
sakho.
you fear?
Yini
We are
koyesabayo?
going through the process
Udlula
of
endleleni
making you understand
sokwenza ukuthi uqonde
that when God is your
ukuthi
shelter,
uNkulunkulu mayisiphepelo
He's
sakho.
also your shelter
Uyakwazi ukuthi abe izimbozo
against all
sakho.
the spiritual assault,
Kuko konke lokuhlaselwa yimimoya.
all the physical assault,
Konke lokuhlaselwa ngokwenyama.
and all the spiritual assault
Nako konke ukuhlaselwa
by
ngokukamoya.
the kingdom of darkness.
Ngumbuso wobumnyama.
He remains your shelter
Uhlale isiphephelo
so
sakho.
long you are the righteous.
Uma nje ungolungile.
When you go through life,
Uma udlula empilweni,
you know why
uyazi kungani
storms wants to push you
ukuthi ivunguvungu zifuna
towards their
ukukhuphula.
direction.
Zikuyise endaweni
The
yazo.
whole life
Impilo yakho
is
yonke
a spiritual journey.
uhambo lukamoya.
You are moving from one side
Usuka kolunye uhlangothi
of life
lokuphila
to the other side
uya kolunye uhlangothi
of life.
lokuphila.
In that spiritual journey,
Kulolo hambo ke
let
likamoya
me tell you what usually happens.
ithi ngikutshela okwenzekayo.
When the storm comes,
Uma izivunguvungu
it
zifika
doesn't push you in the
azikuphoqeleli
direction
zikuyise
where
endaweni
you come from
la uvela khona
to where you are going.
kula uya
A
khona.
storm comes
Isivunguvungu
and
siyeza
pushes you
sikuphoqelele
in the direction where
endleleni
it is going.
la isona siya
Even
khona.
if it's against your own will.
Ngisho noma ngabe simelane nentando yakho.
The Bible says in Ephesians 1,
iBhayibheli
verse
siko
5,
se-Efesu 1:5
you are predestined
lihlelene
according to His will.
ngokwentando yakhe.
So where you come from
La nivela
to
khona
where you are going,
nala niya khona
it's in the will.
kusentandweni
It's already determined.
seyihleliwe.
When the storms come,
Uma ivunguvungu
they
zifika
push you against,
ziyakuphoqelela
even against the will of
ngisho
God.
nanentando kaNkulunkulu.
Let me tell you,
Ithi ngikutsheleke
the storm comes
isivunguvungu
with a
siyeza
force
ngamandla
that pushes you away,
esizokuphushela kude
even against your own plan.
ngisho nazenhlelweni
You
zakho
know this is
Uyazi
not where I'm supposed
ukuthi
to
akubona la
be.
kufanele ngibe khona.
The storm has been hitting against your life.
Isivunguvungu ziyashaya
It
empilweni
will not
yakho.
stay.
Angeke sihlale.
You know yourself.
Uyazi nawe ngokwakho
That's not where I was supposed to be.
ukuthi akubona la bekufanele ngibe
There's
khona.
been a storm
Bekunesivunguvungu
that pushed me where it wants me to
esengiphoqeleke
be.
ukuthi ngiyelela
I
ngingafuni
want
ukuya
to
khona.
give you the comfort.
Ngifuna ukunikeza
That
induduzo.
storm will not stay.
Leso sivunguvungu
You will have to
asizohlala.
go
Kufanele uhambe
in the predestined way
kulolo hlelo olubekiwe
of the will of God.
kulentando kaNkulunkulu.
Because when you are in the will
Ngoba
of
uma
God,
usentandweni kaNkulunkulu
that's when God is happy.
kula uNkulunkulu
That's
ethokoza
when your
khona.
plans are fulfilled.
Ingenkathi iy'nhlelo zakho zigcwaliseka
Because
khona.
it's a spiritual journey.
Ngoba uhambo lukamoya.
All the spiritual journeys of
Lonke
saints,
uhambo
they are all
lukaNkulunkulu
challenged by storms.
kuney'nselele
The Bible
zezivunguvungu.
says, I remain
iBhayibheli lithi lizo
your shelter.
uzohlala isiphephelo sakho.
You are coming from somewhere
Uvele endaweni
spiritually.
ethile ngokukamoya.
even physically,
ngisho nangokwenyama,
even materially,
ngisho nangezinto ey'phathekayo,
the totality of your life
ukuphelela nje kwempilo yakho
has been challenged
luphonselele
by
iy'nselelo
many storms.
ngey'mvunguvungu
You are
eziningi.
not on the right path
Awukho endleleni
because the
efanele
storm has been hitting
ngoba
against your life.
isivunguvungu besilokhu sishaye
The Bible
empilweni
says, I
yakho.
remain your shelter.
ibhayibheli lithi ngihlala ngiyisimbozo sakho.
Why?
Kungani?
Because the storm
Ngoba isivunguvungu
comes with the force
siza namandla
that pushes you away.
esizokuphoqelela
Let me
sikususe.
tell you,
Ngithi
if
ngikutshela
a storm comes
uma
across
isivunguvungu
this
siza
tent,
la kuleli tent
if it enters,
uma singangena
the things that you find that were there,
lezi zinto oyitholayo
you will
bezikhona
find them on the opposite side.
uzozithola
It's the same with many people's lives.
kunganjalo nasey'mpilweni zabantu eziningi
They planned well.
bahlele kahle
Things are in the wrong place.
kodwa izinto zisahlele endaweni yazo.
What their hearts desire
iy'nhliziyo zami
is not
ezikulangazelelayo
where they are.
akusekho la
That's
zikhona
when the
manje.
storms rise against people's lives.
Ingenkathi iy'vunguvungu
The
zibheke
Bible
iy'mpilo
says,
zabantu. Ibhayibheli lithi
when the storms sweep,
uma izivunguvungu
the righteous
zikhukhula
remain standing.
abalungile bahlala
Only
bemile
the wicked
kodwa kuphela
will
abakhohlakele
be on the ground.
bazobe bephansi.
The Bible says during
Ibhayibheli
that
lithi
time,
ngaleso sikhathi
Jesus will raise
ujesu
his glory
uzophakamisa inkazimulo yakhe
and the flaming fire over
nomlilo
you
wamalangabi phezu
to
kwakho
be your protection.
ukuthi kube yisiphephelo
The
sakho.
Bible says
Ibhayibheli lithi
God himself becomes your shelter.
uNkulunkulu yenqobo lakho kuba
But the
yisibhozo sakho.
storms will rage.
Kodwa izivunguvungu zona zoqhubeka
They
nentuthu
will rage.
zizoqhubeka
The
nentuthu
dangers will come
ingozi izofika
because every storm
ngoba zonke iy'vunguvungu
comes with a danger.
ziza nengozi.
What are those dangers?
yiziphi lezo ngozi?
Most of the storms,
iningi
they
lezivunguvungu
come from darkness.
zivele ebumnyameni.
And when they come,
Uma ziza
they don't come by one person.
azizi ngomuntu oyedwa.
In the world of witchcraft,
ezweni lobuthakathi
they sit and plan
bayahlala bahlele
for a huge storm.
bahlelela iy'vunguvungu
Let me
ezinkulu.
tell you, when there is peace
ithi ngikutshela ukuthi uma
in your
kunokuthula
life and you are
empilweni
a
yakho
saint,
uthi
you are a
ungongcwele
Christian,
ungumkrestu.
when there is peace,
Uma kunokuthula
even spiritually,
ngisho nangokamoya
that is when they are planning.
ingenkathi behlelake.
Let me tell you, when it's quiet
ithi ngikutshela ukuthi uma kuthulile
and you see it's quiet,
ubuyabona na ukuthi
it's
kuthulile.
dead quiet, I see no
Kuthulile,
trouble.
angibone nkinga.
That's when there's trouble.
Ingenkathi kuzoba
Because they
nenkinga
are busy planning a
ngoba
bomb.
bayahlela.
They are not throwing anything now.
abaphonsi lutho manje
Because what they are planning,
ngoba lokho abakuhlelayo
it's another storm.
ngesinye isivunguvungu
We must just, without any warning,
ngaphandle nje
throw a
kwesixwayiso
bomb suddenly,
phonsa nje ibhomu
and
ngokushesha
everything will be apart.
yonke into
The
izohlukana.
moment when it keeps quiet,
Uma sekuthulile
it means another storm is
kusho
being
ukuthi
planned.
esinye isivunguvungu siyahlela.
There is no Christian,
akunamkrestu
there is no saint
akunawo ongcwele
that has no enemy
ongenasitha
in the kingdom of darkness.
embusweni obumnyama
Because the enemy is within your
ngoba
household.
isitha phakathi kwezindlu zenu.
The people closest to you are
Abantu
busy
abasondelene
planning.
nawe yibona
They are busy
abahlelelayo
planning the storm.
bahlela
But
izivunguvungu.
Jesus wants to give you an assurance.
Kodwa ujesu ufuna ukunikeza
When they
isiqiniseko
are busy planning,
ukuthi uma besehlelela
the angels are watching them.
iy'ngelosi zibabhekile,
The Spirit of the Lord is watching them.
umoya kankulunkulu
Because
ubabhekile
Jesus says,
ngoba ujesu uthi
then he becomes your
uba
shelter.
yisiphephelo sakho,
He becomes your shelter.
uba yisiphephelo sakho.
When it has swept across
Uma
everybody,
sesikhukhule wonke umuntu
because you are righteous,
ngoba wena ulungile
you remain standing.
uhlala umile.
Not everyone here
akusiwo wonke umuntu
can
olapha
stand up and say,
ongaphakama
I've not
athi
been through a storm.
angaze ngidlule mina
Even little children,
ngisho ney'ngane
they
ey'ncane
go through storms.
bayandlula nabo kwezabo
Even
iy'vunguvungu.
those with money,
ngisho nalabo
they
abaney'mali
go through storms.
bayandlula
Many
ezivunguvungwini.
families,
imindeni
they go
eminingi
through storms.
iyadlula kulezo
But
vunguvungu.
the Bible says,
Kodwa ibhayibheli lithi
when the storm is swept,
uma isivunguvungu sesikhukhulile
you remain standing.
uhlala umile.
Those that sent it,
laba basithumele
the storm, and say, but how come?
isivunguvungu leso bazothi kanjani
When I send the storm,
uma ngithumela
I
isivunguvungu
want everything down.
ngifuna yonke into ihlale
But
phansi
nothing is down.
kodwa ayikho into ehle phansi.
The Bible says,
ibhayibheli
it's
lithi
because I'm your shelter.
ingoba mina ngiyisiphephelo sakho.
It's not because you're
akubona
strong.
ngoba uqinile,
It's because
yingoba
he himself is
yena
your
ngokwakhe
shelter.
uyisiphephelo sakho.
Jesus came across an experience
ujesu naye kwaba khona into ayibonayo
with his own disciples
nabafundi bakhe
in Matthew chapter 8
kuMateyu 8
from verse 23
evesini ka-23
to 27.
kuya ku-27
They said, we're in trouble, Lord.
bathi senkingeni
Wake up and save us. We're drowning.
usindise
How can you drown?
siyacwila
How can you drown
Ucwila
when he's
kanjani?
your shelter?
kanti unaso isiphephelo
He's in the boat.
uphakathi
In
emkhunjini
your own life.
empilweni yakho.
The Bible says you are in a spiritual journey.
ibhayibheli lithi uzuhambe nukamoya
You are built up into a spiritual house. 2
Uyakhiwa
verse 22,
ube yindlu
21
kamoya.
and 22 of the
21
book of
ka-22
Ephesians.
incwadi wase-efeso
It says you have been built
ithi
into a spiritual
wakhiwe
house.
ube yindlu kamoya,
You are a boat on a journey.
uyumkhumbi ehambeni,
Jesus is inside.
ujesu ungaphakathi
You are crying. I'm
uyakhala
drowning. I'm
uyacwila.
How can you drown?
Ucwila kanjani?
Jesus woke up and looks at them.
uJesu wavuka
There's a
wababheka.
Jesus, we're in
Wathi
the middle of a
Jesu
storm.
siphakathi kwesivunguvungu.
Come what may, the
Noma
Bible says.
kungenzekani? iBhayibheli lisho njalo.
I am your shelter.
Yisiphephelo sakho.
He says, I am your shelter.
Lithi ngisiphephelo sakho.
They woke him up and said, we are dying, Master.
Bathi siyafa vuka.
If you are a spiritual boat
Uma ngabe ungumkhumbi kamoya,
on a spiritual journey,
ohambeni likamoya,
Jesus is there.
uJesu khona.
Whether you are in the open
Noma ngabe
or
usendaweni
in the middle
evulekile,
of a storm,
noma uphakathi kwesivunguvungu,
you don't need to wake him up.
akudingekile ukuthi
You
uzomvusa.
will never drown.
Angeke uze ucwile.
If you are a spiritual boat
Uma ngabe ungumkhumbi kamoya,
built by the Almighty,
wakhiwe nguNkulunkulu namandla.
He says in His word,
Uthi ezwini lakhe,
I am your shelter.
yisiphephelo sakho.
The storms will come against your life.
Ivunguvungu zofika empilweni yakho.
When the storms come,
Uma
they don't come
izivunguvungu
to play.
zifika, azizele
They
ukuzodlala.
come to level.
Zizele ukuzobhidliza.
They know you are going there.
Ziyazi
They will
uyalapha.
push you there
Zizokuphoqelela ukuthi uye le.
with a strong force.
Ngalawo mandla amakhulu.
You will find yourself way out of the way,
Uzozithola usuphumile endleleni.
in the middle of confusions and
Phakathi
frustrations.
kokukhungatheka
You
nokuhlangana.
find yourself stranded
Uzithola
in the
ungasenalutho.
middle of nowhere.
Uphakathi nendawo esigangeni.
That's what the storms do.
Izivunguvungu zenza njalo.
If Jesus is in that boat,
Uma ngabe uJesu ekulowo mkhumbi,
there's no need for frustration.
akusikho isidingo sokukhungatheka.
The one in the middle of that spiritual boat
Lo olapha phakathi nendawo kwalowo
is
mkhumbi,
the maker and the builder
Uyena
of all
umakhi.
boats that will last all generations.
owakhe yonke imkhumbi ezohlala izizukulwane.
Whatever he builds, the Bible says
Noma yini ayakhayo
in
iBhayibheli lithi
Proverbs
kwizaga.
chapter 10 verse 25,
Sahloko seshumi ivesi ka-25.
it says when those storms have passed by,
Zithi lezo vunguvungu
they
masezidlulile,
have swept through,
sezikhukhulile,
you remain stable
wena uhlala umile
because he is your shelter.
ngoba yena uyisiphephelo sakho.
I love it in that Isaiah
Ngiyamthanda
25,
ku-Isaya 25
because he was preparing for something greater and bigger.
ngoba belungiselela into enkulu.
He says, I'm your shelter.
Uthi ngiyisiphephelo sakho.
Through all the storms,
Kuzo zonke
I am your
iy'vunguvungu,
shelter.
ngiyisiphephelo sakho.
During those times,
Ngaleso khathi,
I guess it's because the disciples had not read the book of Isaiah enough.
abafundi bebangakafundi incwadi
They
ka-Isaya
would have
ngokwanele.
seen that so long Jesus is in
Bebezobona
that
ukuthi
boat,
uma ngabe uJesu nje engaphakathi kulo mkhumbi,
resembling today's spiritual boats of all time.
kumele imikhumbi yanamhlanje
The
zikamoya.
kingdom of heaven is within you.
Umbuso kaNkulunkulu wezulu ungaphakathi kwena.
In 21:33 of the book of Luke, the Bible says,
21:33 incwadi kaLuka
heaven and
ithi,
earth can pass away,
izulu nomhlaba kuyokwendlula,
but not his word.
kodwa hayi izwi lakhe.
In 1 Peter 1:23, the Bible says,
Encwadini esishiwo
and
iBhayibheli lithi,
1:25, his word
izwi lakhe
abides eternally.
lihlala ingunaphakade.
In the book of Joshua, the Bible says,
Incwadini kaJoshua iBhayibheli lithi,
his word,
izwi lakhe,
the promises
izithembiso
unto all Israel,
kuyo wonke uIsrayeli,
all his saints,
zonke bonke
not
amagcwele.
one has failed.
Akusikho nesonto esihlulekile.
Not one has failed.
Asikho nesonto esihlulekile.
If he says, I'm your shelter
Uma ethi ngiyisiphephelo sakho
through all your storms,
ezivunguvungwini zakho zonke,
he says, I'm your shelter.
uthi ngiyisiphephelo sakho.
If Jesus is in the middle of this spiritual boat
Uma ngabe uJesu phakathi kwendawo kwalesi mkhumbi kamoya,
and you are carrying him
nawe uyamkhona.
everywhere you go,
Noma ilaphi la uyakhona.
he is the one that will stop the storm.
Uyena ozomisa lezo
Not
zivunguvungu, hayi wena.
He is the one that will stop the storm.
Uyena ozothulisa lezo
In
vunguvungu.
Luke chapter 8,
kuLuka 8
from verse 22,
evesini ka-22,
again the same story happened.
yona leyo ndaba yenzeka.
Panic
Ukuthuka, ukwasaba
hit the disciples.
kwabagcina bafundi.
Accidentally, it's Matthew 8 and Luke 8.
uMateyu
Same
8
story.
noLuka 8 indaba
Chapter
efanayo.
8. Almost the same verses.
Amavesi afanayo.
Two different books.
Iy'ncwadi ezimbili ezihlukene.
Same disciples.
Bona labo bafundi,
Lord,
Nkosi,
so many are crying, Lord, I'm
abaningi
going through a
bayakhala.
storm. It's
Nkosi,
like I'm
ngidlula
alone.
ngevunguvungu, ngathi ngingedwa.
If you are a spiritual boat,
Uma ungumkhumbi kamoya,
the Bible says you have all been built
iBhayibheli
into
lithi nonke
spiritual
nakhiwe
boats.
nibe yimikhumbi
Spiritual
kamoya.
boats. Spiritual.
Imikhumbi kamoya.
You are sailing already.
Niyahamba nisendleleni.
And the storm is hitting you.
Isivunguvungu siyashaya.
But I'm here to tell you, you are not going to drown.
Kodwa ngila ukuzokutshela ukuthi awuzucwila.
None of you here will drown.
Akekho noyedwa kunini ozocwila.
Not one
Ngisho noyedwa
will drown.
ozocwila.
It appears like the situation is bad.
Kubukeka ngathi isimo sibi kabi.
Don't panic.
Ungesabi.
You've been pushed outside
usuphusheleke ngaphandle
your main line
ehambeni lwakho
and your direction.
nasendleleni yakho
You
kufanele
know
uyihambe.
that's not where I'm supposed to be.
Uyaza kona la kufanele ube
Yes,
khona.
a storm to push you out
Yebo
of your
isivunguvungu
normality.
sikusile endleleni.
You will not drown.
Angeke ucwile.
Just go back to that Isaiah 25 verse 4.
Phindela nje kuIsaya 25:4.
It says the storms
Uthi ivunguvungu
are there
zikhona
in your life,
empilweni yakho.
but I will take
Kodwa
responsibility.
yimina engizothatha lo msebenzi
I'll be
oyiphendulela.
your shelter.
Ngizoba isiphephelo sakho.
Any storm that will
Noma
move you
noma isiphi isivunguvungu esokunyakazisa.
must first remove your cover.
Kufanele siqale sisuse isimbozo.
Bible says your cover.
iBhayibheli lithi isimbozo.
In 4 verse 6 of the book of Isaiah,
Isaya 4:6.
it says it is the glory.
Sithi inkazimulo.
It says the flaming fire.
Umlilo wamalangabi.
Our God
uNkulunkulu wethu
is a consuming fire.
ungumlilo oqothulayo.
The Bible says that is your shelter.
iBhayibheli lithi naso ke isimbozo
In the
sakho.
middle of your storms.
Phakathi kwalezo vunguvungu
Your
zakho.
storms are not there to destroy you.
Lezo vunguvungu azizele ukuzokubhidliza.
Some of you, your hearts are down.
Abanye benu inhliziyo zenza phansi.
You're asking questions.
Nibuza imibuzo.
You even oversleep.
Nize nilala ngokungaphezulu.
But those storms are passing.
Kodwa lezo vunguvungu ziyendlula.
After the storms,
Emva kweyivunguvungu
all what has been uprooted
konke lokho kususiwe
is the evil.
ngokubi.
All the time when the storms come,
Njalo ivunguvungu mazifika
they leave the damage.
zishiya umonakalo.
But Jesus
Kodwa uJesu
brings the healing.
uletha ukuphilisa.
He says, I'm the Lord
Uthi ngiyinkosi
that healeth thee.
ekuphilisayo.
The book of Exodus 15,
Incwadi kaExodus 15
26.
ivesi
It says,
ka26.
I am he that will heal you.
Uthi yimina ezokuphilisa.
The storms has left a damage.
Yebo isivunguvungu sishiya umonakalo.
But the God of Israel,
Kodwa uNkulunkulu
the
kaIsrayeli,
God of Abraham,
uNkulunkulu kaAbraham,
Isaac and Jacob,
kaIsaya noJakobe
he will heal you.
uzokuphilisa.
The storms have left a lot of damage.
Izivunguvungu zishiya umonakalo omningi.
Exodus 14:14. Bible
14:14.
says,
iBhayibheli lithi
what you need to do
odinga ukuthi ukwenze
in the middle of all these storms.
phakathi kwazo zonke le
He
ivunguvungu.
says, all you need to do,
Uthi konke okudinga ukuthi ukwenze
be still,
hlala uthule,
be still,
thula,
and know
wazi
that I'm the Lord.
ukuthi ngiyinkosi.
I will defend you.
Ngizokumela.
The battle is not yours.
Le mpi akuyona eyakho.
In Deuteronomy 20 verse 2, it says,
Deuteronomy 20 verse 2.
I go ahead of you,
Ngihamba phambi kwakho.
knowing your storms,
Ukwazi ngazi izivunguvungu
to
zakho
silence them,
ukuthi ngizithulise.
so that you don't go through all of them.
Ukuze unganondlula kuzo zonke.
In the book of Job, it says,
Incwadi kaJobe ithi
you will go through 6 calamities,
uzodlula izintweni
but the
ezibuhlungu.
7th one will not touch you.
Kodwa le sikhombisa ayizokuthinta.
You will go through them,
Uzondlula kuzona.
but you do qualify
Kodwa ufanelekile.
until God says no more.
uNkulunkulu azathi akusalungileke.
I don't want any trouble,
Angisafune inkinga
not against this one.
ezomelana
It's
nalo.
enough
Sekwanele manje.
what he has been through.
Lokho andlule kukona.
It's enough
Sekwanele.
what they've been through.
Lokho abandlule kukona.
It's all
Kwanele.
by himself.
Yena ngokwakhe.
He says, I go ahead of you,
Uthi ngihamba phambi kwakho.
I defend you.
Ngiyakuvikela.
When it's the time for your blessing,
Uma sekuyisikhathi sezibusiso zakho,
you will not meet the storms.
angeke uhlangane nezivunguvungu.
When it's the time of your promotion,
Uma sekuyisikhathi sokuphakanyiswa kwakho,
your storms are over.
iy'vunguvungu zakho ziphelile.
When it's the time for your promotion,
Kunesikhathi phambi kokuphakanyiswa.
you will not meet more storms,
Angeke uhlangane nezivunguvungu
because you have been
eziningi.
through all.
Ngoba usudlule kuzo zonke.
Jesus says,
Uthi uJesu,
so long I'm in this boat,
uma nje ngila kulo mkhumbi,
I'm responsible
yimina enginomsebenzi
to
okuyiphendulela.
steal them,
Ukuthi ngiyithulise,
and they will be quiet
futhi zizothula.
at the same point,
Ngaso leso sikhathi,
at the same time.
ngaso leso sikhathi,
Your storms,
izivunguvungu
they are
zakho
not there to destroy you,
azizele ukuzokubhidliza.
they are there to strengthen you.
Zilapho ukuzokuqinisa.
It is time for God to launch you,
Isikhathi sokuthi uNkulunkulu akubeke
to
manje,
locate you and lift you up.
ukuthi akuphakamise manje.
That's where you have been through the storm,
Yingakho nje ubudlula kulezo
but they are
vunguvungu.
not there to destroy
Kodwa
you.
zizele ukuzokubhidliza.